Good morning.
Namaste to everyone from India and warm greetings to our today's international expert, Professor Antonia Correia from Lisbon, Portugal. Welcome, ma'am, and namaste from India. It's so nice to see you over virtual platform. On behalf of Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management family, I, Dr. Jeet Dokra, coordinator of International Web Lecture Series, welcoming all the participants who are present on this virtual platform to attend this lecture number 9. It's absolute my honor to introduce our today's international expert, Professor Antonia Correia from University of Algarve and Universidade Europeia, Portugal, and she'll deliver the lecture on tourism experience during COVID-19. Before that, let me update. Till now, we have reached 2083 registration from national and international participants for this international web lecture series. Today, again, our director IITTM, Professor Alok Sharma, is not able to join us due to his another official commitment, but his blessing, guidance, and motivating support is always with us. Now, it's again a privilege for me to introduce our today's international expert, Professor Antonia. Professor Antonia is a Dean of Faculty of Tourism, Sports and Hospitality. She's full professor affiliated to University Europeia and University do Algarve. She is also affiliated at CEFAGE, Research Center Award by National Science Foundation. She holds a bachelor degree from University of Algarve, Portugal, a master from ISEG, University of Lisbon, Portugal, a PhD from University of Algarve in Tourism Demand, Portugal, and an graduation from University of Algarve, all relating to tourism and hospitality management. She has published a wide range of articles in top-tier journals such as Annals of Tourism, Tourism Management, Journal of Travel Research, IGHM, JTTM, and among others, all the A-category journals. Conference papers in more than 40 countries and chapter books released by Elsevier, Routledge, Cabby, Emerald, Cambridge Scholars Publishing, etc. She acts as an editorial board member of JTR, JBR, and Tolia, and other reputed journals. In addition, she served as an ad hoc reviewer for many other tourism, hospitality, and leisure journals. She is also involved in several tourism-based national and international research projects, particularly with her partners based in Europe. Once again, a warm welcome to Professor Antonio over this virtual platform. As far as my views are concerned about the today's topic, I really feel that crisis again push us towards innovation and path-breaking discoveries. And before inviting to our today's expert, I just want to share a few of my views. Although the current crisis have not impacted in favorable way, but let's take few examples from tourism for so-called innovative ways to deal with it. There are three came to my knowledge from the last 2 days. The very first one is the Singapore Tourism Board has developed a digital pass and an analytics service among other initiatives to digitalize the city-states embattled tourism industry. And the second one is India's Tourism Ministry partners with Outside VR for virtual travel experiences, and the latest place available for this virtual exploration on the platform is home to Jaipur's royal family as well as a museum named City Palace, Jaipur, Rajasthan. The third information that I just want to share with you all, that research report by Orbis Research on the global artificial intelligence and virtual reality in travel and tourism market offers a detailed analysis and comprehensive COVID-19 impact analysis about the market share, size, trends, and growth prospects. So, of all these three examples, later on in the lecture, I'll share the links on the chat box, and if for our knowledge, and if people are interested, so you can go through it. With these examples, it's showing that we have adopted to grow ourselves as well as our tourism set up to slowly and gradually look beyond this pandemic time, and better days will definitely come. So with these words now, I'm inviting our international expert to deliver her lecture. Over to you, ma'am. Please share the screen and you can start your lecture. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your kindly words. I hope that you enjoy. We will talk a little bit about what the tourists are thinking of this situation, and also some about what the DMUs, the destination management organizations, are doing in this actual situation. Okay, so I will share a small presentation with all of you that is part of a research that I have been doing with some colleagues from Portugal, and also some colleagues from Australia, such as Philip Pierce, that was helping me with this research. And we publish a book about emerging tourist markets that will launch perhaps in November or something like that. So I hope that you enjoy this lecture, this presentation. So what we have from now, in February, March, we start to have a very difficult situation in tourism. We used to talk about over-tourism. We used to talk about crowds, lots of people around, traveling around. Now, everything is closed. There's no tourism, lockdown, empty spaces, empty streets, lots of travel restrictions, and even from the population side, we have people afraid of traveling around. So this is perhaps the worst crisis that the tourism was suffering in the last decade. We have 22% decrease. 22% of decrease, and a downturn of more than 57% in March, and now this is increasing for up to 78%. The employment is decreasing as well, and we expect more than 200 million jobs losses. So this is, without any kind of doubts, the worst crisis that we are suffering in the last centuries. So based on that, I decided to understand what the people that were not able to travel in between December and March, April, May, what they were thinking about this, okay? So we collect all the information that we had in a forum where tourists around the world used to share their experience. usually we use this kind of forum to understand what are the positive things that you think about the tourism experience, and then also what are the negative things, but never what they were not able to do during these times, okay? Because most of the travels they scheduled were canceled. So we have more than 40,000 comments. So we apply big data analysis to understand what they are thinking. And we also use top modeling to understand how to separate, how to cluster all this data. Top modeling seems to be a very difficult thing to do. No, it's not. It's a kind of clusters, okay? All of you have done in some part of your life cluster analysis in SPSS. Here we do this with big data, okay? So it's not a big, it's not something, the sentence is quite difficult and very fancy, but is not difficult to do. So, how to assess all these comments? So we decide to use the orchestra model of Philip Bess. What is this? The orchestra model is composed by 6 components. The first one is the affective components. So we were depicting the emotional, happiness, surprise, fear, joy, love, sympathy. We were also analyzing the sensorial components like the visual, the hearing, the smell, the touch, the taste, and also the cognitive elements, okay? This part is always very present, like how do you perceive, how do you think, how do you choose, how do you learning about, okay? What are the weakest and the strong parts of your behavior? And also the relationship, okay? What kind of relations are you able to have with social distance? Okay, because we all know that tourism is a kind of people-to-people industry, okay? Now we have social distance. How could we go in tourism without contact with the other people, with the other interactions, human interactions, okay? We are wearing masks, we are keeping social distance, and this is not tourism, okay? So what they think about this. And further, we also use the contest, because in the contest, nowadays is quite important to understand the number of COVID cases. All of us are reading the news to understand how far this pandemic situation is going, okay? How many COVID cases we have, okay? How many fatalities we have, okay? What are the government rules, okay, that we have to take care, and we are very care about this, okay? And also behavioral components, like the movement in the space, the movement over time. We are postponing our holidays, okay? But is it possible to go a little bit late? Is it possible to do again tourism? Do you know the answer? I don't know, okay? I decided to have my holidays at home, okay, with social distance, only with my family. But what will happen when I decide to take a plane to go somewhere else? I'm afraid of it, and everyone is, okay? So let's think about the orchestra model. is composed of these 6 components, and the deal is, the assumption that we have is all of these are contributing together, okay, to the final assessment of the tourism experience. It's not the affective component that is more important, it's not the cognitive element that is more important, not the sensorial, not the relations, not the context, not the behavior. Everything is very, very important to understand, okay, or to assess the final tourism experience, okay? So let's check what I did. Sorry, I changed this a little bit because I have everyone in front of me, so I'm not able to, sorry. Some problems with managing the Zoom style, and also, so what we did, we start with the sentiment score. I'm sorry, sometimes managing the PowerPoint, talking, see the people is not an easy task. Okay, so we have here a very nice a graph, a figure with the new cases, that is the blue line, okay? The red line, that is the deaths, the new fatalities, and the black line is the sentiment score, okay? And we are talking about Asia, okay? In Asia, what you saw, we all know that this started in Asia, okay? In China. So Asia was the first epicenter of the COVID crisis, okay? So what you see here is that we start to suffer and to avoid to travel around very before the starting of the new cases. You see? So people heard about the COVID and they start to postpone, okay, and to assess this in a very difficult, they were very anxious here, you see? Okay, so they start very, very soon to suffer from this. And curious, when the peak of the crisis was higher, people were not so prone to talk about this, you see? So in between April and May, they stopped to be so talking so much about the crisis, the pandemic. That means that and this is very typical in human behavior, when we have a very, very difficult situation, we stop to talk about this, okay? We just see and wait. We start to see and wait what is going on, okay? So we are not willing to talk anymore about this situation. So as the crisis is increasing and is getting more dangerous, we stop. We only want to see and wait what is going on, okay? And this is very typical. People go upstairs, okay? So let's see what happened in Europe. When you go through the graph of Europe, the situation is quite different, okay? This is a kind, the effect of the culture that we have, okay? So here, the number of cases start to grow, and we are also talking a lot about this, okay? When the cases start to grow a lot, okay, there are a mixed effect. You have some people talking a lot, okay, here, and you have also some people that avoid to talk about the crisis. So we have a mixed effect here, okay? We stop to talk about just because, but not all of us. In Asia, we have everyone very quiet when the crisis starts to grow, okay? But in Europe, you have very different cultures, and people start to stop to talk, but other people keep on talking about this, okay? So very different feelings about the situation, okay? So,
Ma'am, these data are WHO data is?
Sorry?
Ma'am, these data you were showing are WHO data?
Yes, the data was from February till May, the end of May.
World Health Organization data?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, when we go through top modeling, we found that experiences in this situation in between December and May were assessed in quite different ways. First of all, we have a cluster of tourists that were very worried about the relationship with affective component and behavioral component, okay? And this cluster of tourists, they said things like this: boo, looks like our June-July visit is not going to happen. My heart is breaking at thought that now I'm guessing we will get an email saying out flights are canceled pretty shortly. Oh, I hate that. I'm not able to travel this year. Or I would consider to cancel my trip. If I was with my young kids, I will not be able to travel because I'm afraid of the pandemic situation. So the relationship here is not the relation with the tourists around, is the ethics of care. That means we are very concerned that traveling around could damage the health of our family, okay? They know that in this topic, they know tourists assume and they know that it's impossible to travel, okay? But they also recognize that this is not a normal situation, okay? And they know that they are also afraid of, they regret because they lose money, but they don't want to go. Why? Because they are afraid of and they care about their family. So they don't want to go anymore, okay? But they are also very concerned with how the population, how the health population of the place for where they are traveling for are dealing with this situation. They care about the doctors, they care about the nurses, they care about the governments, and they are very attentive, understanding what they say about this, okay? We have a second cluster of tourists, that is the topic 2, that are only concerned about the contest, okay? So they say this whole thing is scaring. I'm looking into my options as well. I have never canceled a trip and never even thought serious about it, but it will be making a final decision. I'm still looking forward to arriving on Saturday in Aruba. If I end up staying because of all of this, I can't think a better place to be stuck on. So there are also people thinking that be locked down in a place like Aruba, it will be not bad at all, okay? Some of the comments, aside from the hope of being able to travel soon, so people are aware that they are not able to travel now, but they want to travel very soon, okay? And even they still consider that be locked down in a very nice place, a touristic place, could be an option, okay? Topic 3 is composed of context and behavioral. That means that, and behavioral attitudes here could be regarded in 2 different streams. The first one is to control the pandemic, okay? And the other one is the assistance that the tourism destinations provide to tourists, okay? Whether it be repatriation, postponing, reimbursing, the VOR, or issuing vouchers, or to assist and guide them during the time they are there, okay? Something like this. I'm now starting the process of canceling. The hotel was very nice, canceling all immediately. So I think that, and I'm afraid that not all of the destinations did the same, but when the destinations start to be very attentively and very promptly canceling or postponing the travel plans people had, okay, these kind of things will mark the tourists, and they will go there as soon as possible. So I think that this might be a very, very important thing to do, okay? It happened the same to me. I was planning to travel to India in the beginning of March. Then everything was closed, and of course I was not able to go, and they canceled all the flights. It was not like that, and it was very nice. The situation was not good, of course, because I was not able to go, but at the end, people from the authorities in India were very, very friendly, okay? And we have topic 4, that is cognitive and relationship, but mostly cognitive. So they are aware that traveling is not very, very advisable at this time. So they are willing to save the health of their partners, and they feel that they could handle with all the information, but at the end, they get confused. So we are following, they comment like that, we are following the posts to an informed decision, hope that all in it is correct and update. So everyone was following the news, whatever was the news, but they were very care about the situation. So they were trying to learn all about the destination. I did the same, okay? In between the middle of February and the beginning of March, when I decided to cancel the trip, okay, my travel plans, I was following every day the news about India cases and the travel restrictions and the airports information and everything, okay? Because people were very care about the situation. Topic 5 was about affective and sensorial, okay? This is the kind of people that do everything with heart and not with the brain, okay? So they react based on affections, based on sensorial emotions mostly. They comment like this: I have faith in the government here to do some effective to protect against the virus. You can trust. The situation is weird. The lack of hygiene, safety controls and corruption here, safety and screening at airports will be a joke. It already is. I don't expect it will change for the virus. So you have some people that were trusting the system and the other that are completely not trusting no one. So they were scaring. This is the art talking, not the rational thing. And finally, we have topic 6 with the behavioral, that is closures. I'm waiting for tour operator to get in touch, okay? We can hopefully get a refund. This is the kind of tourists that were worried about to get their money back, okay? They want to postpone the holidays, but they do not want to be in charge of the duty of the losses with this, okay? So so you saw that there are quite different people that were very worried about, other people that were taking care of their families, okay? They were mixed sentiments, but all of them or most of them were not traveling, okay? So they were not able to travel for more than 4 or 5 months, okay? And they were care about this, okay? So during this time, what happened with the destination management organizations? It is in this kind of situations that the destination management organizations plays a great role in influencing how the tourism will recover, okay? And I found out, I start to review the 25 websites of DMUs, okay? And I decide to understand what they were announced, okay? And with the qualitative analysis, we did a tree, and this tree was composed, or as you see, stay home, safe, strong, take care of you, okay? And it will be a time to start to travel again. The message that most of the destination management organizations spread was stay safe, stay at home, okay? This is temporary. We will be able to travel again, but for now, please keep on at home, okay? So we could split this in 3 different messages. Stay safe at home, keep strong and united with hope and faith. We will survive. Experience, remember and share the good times you have. And time is one of the most frequent words in their message. This is temporary. We will survive and we will start again with tourism. But for now, it's better to stay more. We also did, we also use the pictorial image they share, and one of them, I put here only the ones that I found more significant. Abu Dhabi will be waiting with open arms, or ethics of cares, stay safe with yours or with the others, with locals, from Spain to the other countries with kisses that for now is to avoid, we know that. We are sending love from across Canada, with love from Australia. We will be here, so everything that you see here is message around the concept of hope. Take care of the others, okay? Because we are here and we will keep here. We also have a different stream of message. The first one is respect. Nature. We need to respect the nature. And this is time to learn that tourism industry could not longer be as we used to have tourism industry, okay? We need to respect the environment. This is some that we stopped to do long time ago, but for now, we need to start again to respect the environment, because without the environment, we don't have tourism anymore. Quietness, so everything was empty, even the highway, all the highway were empty. Small streets empty, and big bridge completely empty, okay? And inspiration. That were also some DMUs offering virtual visits to the tourists, okay? So visit from home to welcome you back soon. This is from Portugal, this image. So we are here to protect you, okay, with our red umbrella, but we will protect you. Don't cancel your travel to Poland. Postpone. This is very direct in Poland, okay? Don't cancel, just postpone. We need you to support tourism, okay? A very assertive message, you see? So this implies that many of DMUs at least understand the message of the Earth is sending. We are only hosts of the Earth, and a guest never forget the host who has treated him kindly. I think that now it's time for us to say that tourism needs to develop with respect for the Earth. We can surmise that the new tourism markets of the post-COVID era will not forget all of the lessons learned during these pandemic times. If we forget this lesson, we will have another crisis very soon. So it's time to understand that we need tourism. Tourism is very important for all the countries, okay? It's a kind of culture that enrich our situation, our culture, our behavior, our experience. We are very rich people because we travel around, but we still need to respect the environment, okay? And to learn that tourism is not only about more and more and more. Quantity does not mean that we have quality, okay? We need quality tourism and not quantity, okay? Thank you very much. I think that you enjoyed this, and I'm open for your questions for now.
Thank you so much, Professor, for your, we can say, eye-opening presentation where you have taken a lot of other references and a lot of other insights related to the current pandemic situation. And then the very important hashtag support tourism, hashtag don't cancel, just postpone. So these are the two hashtags from this platform. So and I'm sure that all the participants will use it at least for the promotion and for the betterment of the tourism sector. So with these words, so let's move on to the next section, which is the question answer section. There are a few questions from the participants. So I'll share the screen where our today's expert will give her views.
Okay.
Just a second. Okay, let's move on to the first question there. The first question is, how can we manage the condition and situation which we facing around us, and in what way we can invite, it's a typing error, we can invite the tourists for visiting around us and understand their feeling? This is a question by Asghar Khan. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for your question. I don't know how we can manage the condition because this situation is very, very difficult. We never suffer a crisis like this one in tourism. We are losing more than 200 million jobs, okay? We have downturns in tourism of 78% of international arrivals. So I think that for now, the only thing that we need to do is to spread the word that traveling to India or to another place is very, very safe, okay? But please, if you decide to hashtag or to divulge an image of safety, okay, please try to have also a very clear statement, okay? But do not transform your tourism in an hospital, because we are traveling and we are not healthcare people. So we are trying to enrich the soul of the tourists, not take care of the art, the brain of the art, of everything, of the health. It's not like that. So, but we need, for sure. In Portugal, we have for now the clean and safe stamp. Every hotels got from the tourism board a clean and safe stamp that they post, they announce, and people feel a little bit more safe when they are sleeping in these hotels, okay? But we are not an hospital. We are tourist people, okay? We are dream makers, not an hospital, okay?
Thank you so much. Oh, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. Digital tourism is flourishing on a greater scale. Due to this pandemic, virtual tourism is being promoted on larger platforms. However, few tourists prefer to visit the place to get a better experience. So according to you, till what extent is the digital tourism going to satisfy the experience of such tourists? This is a question by Gauri Shinde. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I think that this is what happened in the tourism degrees, tourism education will be also used in tourism, okay? From one day to another, in Portugal, on Friday, we were teaching at the school. On Monday, we were teaching at home. So everything changed in one weekend. So I think, and even the DMUs that you saw, some of them were offering for tourists a lot of virtual visits. I think that this is the time to enter in a virtual tourism base, okay? I think that we have cost tourists for that. I'm not sure about they will accept to pay for, okay? I think that we are not prepared to pay for virtual visits, okay? Perhaps sometimes we will need a little more time to start to pay for virtual visits to destinations, but I'm sure that virtual tourism will be very present in the next generation, not ours, but the next generation, okay?
Thank you, Professor. Okay, let's move on to the question number 3. After this pandemic, many people will show their interest to visit offbeat places more than crowded places. And virtual tourism is going to boom. What impact it will create on regular tourism? So this is a question by Ashish.
I could talk a little bit about the case of Portugal. Portugal is I'm based in Portugal, you know. Portugal is a 10 million inhabitants, okay? We are surrounded by the ocean from one side of Portugal, and we have very good beaches around all the country, okay? But we also have an inland that is completely desertified. You have some places in Portugal with less than 50 inhabitants, okay? So there are cities with a lot of people and small places with completely desertified, okay? And now we are in the middle of the holidays of most of the Portuguese people because we are in August, and most of the places close to the ocean are empty. Our occupancy rate are around 20%, okay? The places, the old village where we do not have anyone, less than 50 inhabitants, are completely full. So we have in this inland of Portugal, we have 100% occupation rate. In close to the beaches, we have less than 20% of the occupancy rate. So I'm pretty sure that people will looking for very small places. Okay, they will look for virtual tourisms. I think that we will not have any more over tourism. Okay. So, and this is the way. And indeed, India is a very nice place to go. Okay, because you have a very big territory, geographical place where you could spread people around without crowds, okay? And this should be the strategy, I think. Yes?
Thank you, Professor. Let's move on to the last question of today's lecture. The question is, post-COVID-19, how would tourism gain back its importance, especially in the era of digital tourism? What all measures would be taken? This is a question by Sarah Stone. Over you, ma'am.
Digital tourism is already a reality, you know that, okay? But as I said before, tourism is a human-to-human interaction, okay? So we will need to have interaction with the others. No way to have only digital or virtual tourism, okay? I think that we will have a cluster, a part of the market that will enjoy this kind of situations and to travel around without in their sofas. But most of the people enjoy to travel and to contact with the others, okay? So I don't think that the boom of digital and virtual tourism will be so big as we expect. As a matter of fact, in my school, I introduced this year a subject, a course in virtual marketing, okay? And I hope that everyone wants to attend this course and also to learn. But I think this is only to promote virtual tourism. It might be a way of promoting the places, okay? To ensure people that they are going to a very nice place. You know that for ages, a lot of people were promoting hotels with pictures from 5 to 10 years ago. So when we got there, the hotels were not the same and they were completely old and damaged. Now with virtual tourism, you could be sure that the hotels are in very good condition and the places are just the way you see there, okay? But anyhow, you need to understand this kind of things, but I don't think digital tourism is a kind of tourism experience. It's a way of marketing more than a way of traveling around. Okay, let's keep tourism as it borns, and the essence of tourism is human interaction. Okay, for now we will choose small places, we will choose very interesting places, okay, but we are not able, okay, to travel around. We could, but I think that we prefer to go physically to the places and to share the experience, okay? More questions?
So with this, we are over with the questions today with that. And thanks again to Professor for replying all the questions of the participants with such a brief and we can say on the important deliberations over there. With all these things, after the question answer session. So we are about to conclude today's lecture, but before that, it's again a privilege for me that the chairperson of MBA tourism program from IITTM Gwalior. He's also the chairman placements also. Dr. Chandrasekhar Barua is also with us. And now I'm inviting him to present the formal vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jeet Dograji, who is one of the very senior faculty from Gwalior, IITTM. As he already introduced myself, as Dr. Chandrasekhar Barua, I am presently working in IITTM, Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, as a faculty. I'm very happy to watch and listen our today's expert, Dr. Antonia Correia, very senior faculty, senior professor and dean, and she is working in a very well-reputed university, who spare her very valuable time to spare and talk on international web lecture series. And today is the 9th session for your knowledge, ma'am. And we are very thankful. I'm talking on behalf of my entire IITTM family, because we are in India at 5 locations. I'm presently talking from Gwalior, which is in the heart state, Madhya Pradesh. But we have central northern region of India, Noida to New Delhi. We have eastern region, Bhubaneswar. Our head of the Bhubaneswar center is with us. You are watching Dr. Mohammed S. He's a Mohammed Sabir Hussain. So his name is written. He is also saying hello to you. He is a senior faculty. He is a head in charge over there. And we have in the south of India at Nellore Center, Nellore in Andhra Pradesh state, and in the western part of India we have Goa. So from all the 5 places, from all the family of IITTM, we are especially saying thank you to you. And I received a call from the director of this institute, Professor Alok Sharma sir. He says, please convey my regards to madam, as he is on an official tour to capital city of this country, New Delhi. He's on an official talk with the minister and secretary on important assignment. Otherwise, he's always in this international web lecture series. So he says, convey my regards. Definitely, he will contact you in future also. And in today's session, as I'm also watching, we have a good number of participants from various fields. Either you can say many academicians, many faculties of various colleges. They are also attending. Many tourism practitioners, those who are working into the tourism trade, as this today's session is circulated among almost to all tourism fraternity. Many tourism stakeholders are with us, tourism researchers, many students, those who are pursuing the PhD program, many students, those who are studying with MBA in tourism or want to get the admission in MBA. This is for your knowledge, Professor Antonia ma'am. So with the, and also the all IITTM faculty we are attending. So once again, from the all 5 centers, from the IITTM family, my special thanks, because your lecture was really very knowledgeable and you handled all the questions also of my all participants. That also enlightened us a lot. So we are in Gwalior. We would like to invite you whenever you are in India. My request to you to please visit us. We are in a big space of 20-acre area, and we have every center's good number of students. So we are definitely seeking your blessings and your knowledge session lively if possible in future days. And with all these words, especially thanks to once again to director of this institute, Professor Alok Sharma sir, who is allowing the team to conduct this kind of international web lecture series. And my special thanks from my personal side to Dr. Jeet Dogra, who is a coordinator of this international web lecture series. This is really very hard for him, I'm saying, because he is connecting to you. Other side, he is also managing the entire team with all the participants to start right time and to conclude. And last not the least, the media also, because they are covering a lot in print and electronic media. With all these words, thank you very much, ma'am, to you and to all the participants for the attend. Now over to Dr. G. Dograji.
Thank you, Dr. Chandrasekhar Barua, for the formal vote of thanks and for your elaborate thanks to all the people directly and indirectly involved with this international web lecture series. And again, so thankful to our director, sir. And again, a special thanks to our international expert, Professor Antonia Correia. Because of her busy schedule, she agreed to be part of this IITTM International Web Lecture Series. And now she also there a part of IITTM International family, we can say. So we are so blessed to have you, ma'am, over there. And in future, definitely we'll again request you to enlighten us regarding the other tourism-related issues and challenges. And your smile really, we can say, communicating to us that you'll also be ready to associate and do. We, on the behalf of Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management and behalf of the all, we can say, Indians and all the participants, again, it's a time to say goodbye to everyone. Stay safe. And again, let me repeat the last thing, hashtag don't cancel, just postpone. So this is what our hashtag. So don't cancel, just postpone. Please just switch on your videos, because for our media, photographer and all that, we need to see your faces and all that. Your lovely faces. Stay safe, please, on your video, so that we'll be able to take few screenshot and then we'll send to the media for the for tomorrow's paper publication and all that. And for that, even Dr. C.S. Barwa is again our PRO, also public relation officer, and is managing all the media people over there, who's giving continuously coverage to all our 9 lectures, and future also will do it. So now I'm requesting my technical team to please click few screenshots, and I'm again so thankful to my technical team under the guidance of Mr. Prince, and then all the team members are there. So with these words, I hope you have taken few screenshots and all. With these words, please stay safe. And one more information, IITT we are organizing global travel meet on this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. You can even register us. Please visit our website, iittm.ac.in. You'll get the information over there, and the important session will be there, hosted by IITTM Gwalior on Saturday 5:30 to 6 under that global travel meet, where we'll share related to the career opportunities in tourism. So it's my request to everyone, please come and register for this event. You'll get the e-certificate and the 70% discount code only specifically for the people register for International Web Lecture Series and for the IITTM students and alumni members. So with these words, I'm signing off from here. Thanks